Hello guys, we are happy to have you here as a fan of celebrity news and lifestyle, where you have all kinds of juice news. Please just take a minute of your time to subscribe, like and share, and hit the notification button. Dana White finally sets the record straight on cutting Mohamed Mokaev from UFC. "You put yourself in this position," Dana White said after the conclusion of DWCS Season 8. Highlighting the tension surrounding Mohamed Mokaev and his departure from UFC. White seems to have some reservations about Mokaev joining Brave CF. However, the incident between the flyweight star and UFC has not been forgotten by the organization. The Punisher signed with UFC for 2022 as a 5-0 professional, but is also garnering a lot of attention as a highly rated amateur with a 23-0 record. He defeated Cody Darden, Charles Johnson, Malcolm Gordon, Jay Filho, Tim Elliott and Alex Perez before his win over Manel Kape at UFC 304. It is known that UFC executives are always on the lookout for fighters who can bring exciting performances to their fighters. Unfortunately, that's not the case with the aforementioned Mohamed Mokaev, whose wrestling and submission skills are a showcase for technical expertise that is completely off-putting for the company. Dana White, however, seems pretty calm about the whole situation and gave her take on the matter. White spoke about Mokaev's release during the post-fight press conference at UFC 308. Number 1. He wasn't released, he just didn't re-engage, he said. His contract was up and there were a lot of issues with him behind the scenes. And not just behind the scenes. The matchmakers were tired of him and didn't want to work with him anymore, so they didn't hire him anymore. White added, "I don't have any issues with him. I've never had any conflicts with him and I don't deal with him on a day-to-day basis, so, all things considered, the 55-year-old fighter's chances of returning to the UFC are not hindered." In fact, Mokaev himself denies any bad blood with Dana White. "I always say I've never had a problem with Dana White. He has always treated me well, and even when I nearly broke my knee he was there backstage saying, 'Don't worry, if you need the best surgeon we'll treat you.' That means a lot to me." Mokaev posted on Sunday X. The whole story begins in July, the day after UFC 304. The undefeated Mokaev improved the UFC record in 7-0, 13-0 MMA, with unanimous victory against Kape. This is also pushed up to the top of the war for a flyweight title. But to everyone's surprise, UFC decided not to renew the contract with the Dagestan fighter. But isn't that already happening? Preparations for the Kape Manel fight have been hectic and had a lot to do with UFC's decision, with the fighters embroiled in altercations at the UFC Performance Institute, the hotel where the fight will take place, the weigh-in ceremony, and even just before the cage presentation. It is worth noting that this match also decided relegation. Mokaev vs. "I don't think they like my style," Kape said. "But that's why I have something to prove in this fight. I have to show everything. Sometimes I try to play it safe, but that would seem boring to the casual fan. I'm undefeated and I've won unanimous decisions against all the top guys in the UFC. They need to understand that," Mokaev told MMA on SiriusXM at the time. But according to White and company, that's not all. A lot of bad stuff happened behind the scenes of this incident. "He's not under contract anymore," White said. "I think the PFL has a great undefeated fighter coming in," White said candidly during the UFC 304 post-fight press conference. "What's happened here over the last few months, starting with the Performance Academy, and other similar stories and so many others, these people, UFC matchmakers, don't want to re-sign him," he added, noting that it wasn't Mokaev's performance or fighting style that changed the situation, but a series of issues outside the cage that caused matchmakers to walk away and are reluctant to accept another contract offer. White spoke about it again the day after DWCS 67. Thanks for watching to the end, guys, and if there's something you'll like to share about this video, please do share, and please don't forget to come some other time. Let's share thoughts together. As you go, please subscribe and hit the notification button. We love you.